I received a very non-threatening comment from a subscriber telling me to play 10 games of Pillars of Fortune. So I did. Here it is, 10 games Pillars of Fortune. In Pillars of Fortune, the main goal is to knock other players off of their towers and make them die before you die. I happen to be terrible at this game. I play it live sometimes and it doesn't often go well. Despite that fact, I actually played pretty well in the first game. In fact, dare I say, I played very well. In fact, dare I tell you, I won. Now this was a very, very well fought game, and I just happened to come up on top because I was a little bit smarter, a little bit better than my opponent. And because of that, I happened to win Game 1, a feat I didn't think possible. Although I had quite the performance in Game 1, Game 2 was a slightly different story. Somebody spawned the Ender Dragon, and everyone was dying. By everyone, I do mean everyone. I was not in the lucky party to survive. I got knocked straight out of the map. On to Game 3. In Game 3, I thought nothing could possibly kill me because my first item was a bed. That meant I was able to clutch. Sadly, I didn't realize that someone had a fishing rod. They fished me right off, and despite the fact that I did clutch with the bed, I got hit into lava and I ended up burning to death. I don't know why you burn so long. Why did I burn so long? On to Game 4. Game 4 is what I will refer to as the Wither game. I'm just letting you know right now, if you have an Ender Dragon, Wither, or Warden spawn egg, and you use it, you are public enemy number 1 and deserve to be executed. Regardless of that fact, nobody was executed aside from me. The Wither had a vengeance against me. I died. On to Game 5. Game 5 will be known as the PvP game. This is because it involved a lot of fighting. There was slime down below us, and I happened to survive a deep, deep fall. Perhaps the word is long. I don't think so, because I don't know what long means. After I fell, I beat people up with my giant piece of wood until I ended up dying. I met my match. I wish they hadn't had a better weapon than me. It was a very unfortunate fight. But regardless, I still killed a lot of people, and I consider this to be a pretty good game, even though I didn't win. Game 6 was a very quick game. I spawned in, I got blocks, I killed someone, and then I died. Very succinct. It reminded me a lot of life, because I didn't win. Game 7 was just a massive disappointment. It wasn't even very interesting. I got some blocks, I ended up falling down onto slime. I had a shield and a golden apple, and yet somehow I still got killed. But that's spoiling things a little bit. The beginning was that someone spawned a Wither again. You remember what I told you about spawning Withers? That is a cause for public execution. Long story short, I ended up getting hit into the void. Game 8 was the best game yet. Not just for me, I mean the entire game was interesting. Really. It is a first for Pillars of Fortune. Someone spawned the Ender Dragon early and it ended up killing a few people, but not everyone. And I was one of the few people to survive. I instantly went kill mode because I had a water bucket. Being fearless, I knocked people off at every chance I got. Which wasn't a lot considering I actually got knocked off instead, but since I had a good weapon, I was able to kill a lot of players down below. Sadly, the water bucket was the only thing in my favor because as much as I did get back up to the bedrock, I was not able to finish the game in time. I technically won because I had more kills, but would have been a lot more satisfying to be able to take out that last player. On to Game 9. Game 9 was in complete contrast to Game 8. It wasn't very interesting at all. I didn't get a lot of interesting blocks, and I certainly didn't get a lot of interesting kills. I ended up getting knocked into the void pretty early. It took maybe like 40 seconds. Now maybe I deserved it because I did kill a spider, but on to Game 10. Game 10 was a good game. I wanted to go off on a win because I can never seem to win the last game, but sadly it was not to be so. Or was it? You might have to watch just to make sure. I did play pretty well. I got a lot of blocks, I got a lot of weapons, and I did my absolute best to not lose, because I do seem to like doing that. Sadly, this would not be enough, as someone had a much better weapon than me and they ended up taking me out. It was very sad. I'm still angry about it. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe and tell me which video you would like to see for next week. Don't be too threatening.